Okay, so it's really late, but I just got back from a pre-showing of Paranormal Activity 3, and I just had to talk about how awesome it was. Okay, so obviously as a movie, it's not going to be as good as it is as a horror movie, so I'm going to rate it as a horror movie. Horror movie. So scary. Now, if anyone in the audience had been watching, it was all, everyone had gotten in free. So it was pretty much people who really wanted to see it and were willing to make the hike late at night, like me. So everyone was, of course, freaking out, and it was awesome. But, so, if you haven't seen the first two movies, obviously it's not going to be as good. But the third movie had a faster build-up. Spoiler. In the first one, it was, very slow, very gradual, which was great for that one. But this one, more things were happening at a faster pace. And there was so much suspense. Like, there was just so much just sitting and watching something, just expecting something to happen. And either something would or something wouldn't. There were so many times where I was just like, oh God, I just want it to happen. I just want whatever's going to happen to happen. One of the best things that they had was this movie takes place in the 80s. It's a prequel to, the other two that happen in the present day. So, obviously they don't have great camera equipment. One thing they did to fix this was brilliant. It was, this guy MacGyver's a oscillating camera out of an oscillating fan and just a regular camera. So you see, like, the living room, and then it pans over to the kitchen and pauses, and then it goes back, and it's so great, because anytime that camera is being used, you are just freaked out for whatever's going to happen. Even if nothing is going to happen, even if you're not expecting anything to happen, it's still so scary. And there were so many great moments that they used with that. I don't want to give anything away. I really want you to see it, because it was so good. It was, I didn't have to pay, but I totally would have paid like $6-7 to see it. It was very, very good. Especially in a group, because there were these great guys just in the front row, just like freaking out, and it was fantastic. That's not on these, but this is pretty much what I was doing the whole time. I was like this, in my theater chair, looking ridiculous. So, yeah, it was good. Very scary. I jumped and screamed many times. There were a lot of things happening at the end, just because, the only thing I would complain about is that it wasn't very progressive. Like, the first movie was very like, okay, this little thing happened, and then, by the end it's this great climax, and then it just cuts. And in this one it was a little more scattered, whereas, something big would happen, and the audience would be kind of wondering why the people wouldn't be reacting quite as big as they probably should have been. And then, something smaller would happen, and then, this big ending happened, which was still very, very good. Oh God, the ending was so good. But yeah, so that it was fantastic. Very scary. I don't scare very easily, but this is my kind of movie where it looks like it could be real. Everything that's happening is, it's not all of it is as realistic as, which was one of the few things, but it was still very good. And it was very, it was shot in the style of Blair Witch, where the camera's, going in different directions, but it was very well planned out, so that even though it seemed like the camera was being dropped in, random places, it would still pick up all the action. It was very well choreographed as a film, and it was, stop it, computer's dying. So yes, that is my review. I say go see it, because, oh God, it scared me. It was so great. I was just like, I was in my little position, like crouching over and like just grinning like a creeper. So yeah, that's what I thought of it. I was also coughing the whole time. I say see it in theaters because I feel like it's a group participation film where you just get to laugh when, something scary doesn't happen, which did happen in the beginning a couple of times, rather than actually giving a scare. It was like setting up, and then someone would just be there like a regular person. So I mean, gimmicks and all that. It had a good mixture of things that worked in the first movie and things that hadn't been done yet. I really enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't see it again just because I know everything that's going to happen, but I would see it to see the reactions of other people. So if you want to go, I will come with you. So yes, it was good. I say go see it. It was very scary and very, very good. So.